All right, welcome to lesson 1.4 of geometry, polygons. What is a polygon? Polygon is what a pirate says when he loses his parrot. Polygon. No, a polygon is a closed figure. You'll be hearing lots of those throughout the year, so I'll get used to it. Polygon is a closed figure in a plane, and it's formed by connecting line segments, end point to end point. With each segment intersecting exactly two others. Each line segment is called a side, and each endpoint where the sides meet is called a vertex. There are various names for the polygons, which you're familiar with, such as triangle, quadrilateral, hexagon, octagon, all the way up through a 12-sided polygon called a dodecagon. And if it's above that, you just call it an n-gon, like 25-sided polygon would be a 25-gon. Consecutive angles and vertices and sides are ones that are next to each other. A diagonal of a polygon. What's a diagonal? It's a line segment that connects two non-consecutive vertices, such as D and F. How many diagonals does this quadrilateral have? Well, it has two. 1, 2. What if you have a shape like this shape down here? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many diagonals are in the hexagon? If you were to count them. Well, turns out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turns out you would have 9 diagonals in a hexagon. So there's also the word called convex and concave. Now convex, what's convex? Well, it's the normal one. It's where no diagonal is outside the polygon. And a polygon is concave if you see a little cave here. Yeah, cave makes a concave, and at least one diagonal is outside the polygon. There's a very distinct way that you're supposed to name polygons, such as this pentagon here. Basically, pick any letter on the pentagon, such as E, and then go in consecutive order. So you could go E, D, C, B, A, or I could go E, A, B, C, D. Or I could pick a different letter, like A, and go A, B, C, D, E. Or I could go A, E, D, C, B. So just has to be in consecutive order. That's the key. If you have a polygon like a quadrilateral, you'd say quadrilateral ABCD or pentagon ABCDE. But there is one with which a symbol is used, and that's with a triangle. So for example, triangle ABC means triangle ABC. Rather than writing the word triangle, you can just write the symbol. So that has naming. Now on to congruency. What does it mean to say that two polygons are congruent? What does that mean about their corresponding sides and corresponding angles? What are corresponding sides and corresponding angles? Well, some would say they're angles and sides that write letters to each other or email each other or text each other, but no, they're sides that correspond to each other. So let's do a visual. I have two congruent polygons, and these sides here would be corresponding sides. Notice how they're both marked with 3 dashes. Let's see, if quadrilateral camp is congruent to quadrilateral site, then there are 4 pairs of corresponding sides and 4 pairs of corresponding angles are congruent. When you write a statement of congruence, always write the letters of the corresponding vertices in an order that shows the correspondence. So what does that mean? Well, if I have CAMP, and I'll use that example here, and I say that it is not CAB, CAMP, and it's congruent to the other polygon, then if angle C is congruent to angle S, so I'll put an S here, what angle is A congruent to? What angle does A correspond to? A has 2 dashes, I has 2 dashes, so I. What about M? Well, M has 3 dashes, and so does T. What about P? Well, P has 4, and so does E, so E. So the order should show the correspondence between the angles. Okay. Let's do an example. Which polygon is congruent to A, B, C, D, E? And look for the polygon such that the corresponding angles and sides are marked congruent. So let's see, is it congruent to 1, 2, or 3? Let's look at A. A is marked with a 2, and all of them appear to be marked with a 2, so that's good. The other two, E and B, these are marked with 1 dash, and so in all the other drawings should be, oh, this one's missing that, and so it cannot be number 3. So between 1 and 2, the base angles are right angles. Yeah, how about the sides? The top 2 sides should be marked with 1 dash, check. And then, oh, actually, no, not check. There's 2 dashes right there. So that doesn't work. That should be 1 dash, and so the answer would be 2. And A corresponds to angle N. And then B would correspond to P. And then you can kind of go in order. Okay. Great. So perimeter, what's a perimeter of a polygon? Well, it just equals the sum of the lengths of its sides. And for example, the perimeter of this polygon would be 15 plus 5 plus 5 plus 12, which is 37. So we have an example here. If the perimeter of a quadrilateral is 20 centimeters, find x. Well, this is also 3x, so x plus 2 plus 4 plus 3x plus 3x equals 20. So 7x plus 6 equals 20. 7x equals 14. X equals 2. Excellent. So x is 2. Closing question. What's wrong with the picture of the equilateral pentagon ABCDE? Well, I haven't gone over what equilateral means in this video, but I will go over it in class. But what in this video we'll focus on is the order. Does A, B, C, D, E, is that the correct order? Well, let's see. A, B, oh no, that's E. This should say A, B, E, D, C. Order is wrong. It's also not marked equilateral. But again, we will go over that concept in class investigation. Okay, thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. And thankfully, we did find Polly. He is safe. So hope you have a good day. And remember that because of geometry, there are many points to life. Have a good day.